Oops, I forgot to change my background. I'll do that now. My apologies. I had several technical glitches this morning trying to get things set up here. Hence the later start time than I initially intended of 10:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning. And yes, I am doing this in a slightly different approach today. My teleprompter's not working, so I can't see anything. So I'll just have to read from over here. My apologies. I had intended to do this at 10 a.m., but I had several issues. Well, that's not a secret that I have issues, but I also had computer issues, and that is what slowed me down. So here we are. And I'm set to deliver this to you in a relaxed voice, as I feel with all of the complete insanity that is taking place in our world at this point in time. A soft, soothing voice on a Sunday morning would be just what the doctor ordered. Perhaps. I don't know. And I forgot to change my name too. See, I'm just asleep at the wheel today here. Everything that could go wrong did, and I'm trying to be as cool about it as I can. So even though things are a little bit haywire and off the rails, I will be calm, cool, and collected about it because I figure that's the only way to be. So, apologies for not appearing on Friday, as I did have a commitment that I had completely, totally and utterly forgotten about. For some reason, my computer is crawling along right now, and I don't know why that is. Something in the background is chewing through my processing power, which is making it difficult for me to bring you some of the things I wanted to bring you. I don't know what is slowing it down, but I will endeavor to determine that later. See if I can get this operating a little bit smoother. There we go. That seems to be a little bit better. So welcome to 2026 and the strangeness that is the current political situation, geopolitical situation. As you all know, Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States of America, illegally invaded a sovereign nation because he wanted their oil and distract you from the Epstein files. That's it. That's all. Nothing more. That's all it is. If you think it's more than that, I've got some valuable land I can sell you in northern Saskatchewan, oceanfront property. Yeah, just another example of complete lunacy. Calling Maduro a narco-terrorist is a bit of a joke. There's nothing to actually back that up. Remember, he did pardon a Honduran narco-terrorist who imported 360 million tons of cocaine into the United States of America. I believe that was the number, 360 million tons? Or 360 tons. I can't remember which one it was. Either way, it was a lot of nose candy. But he was pardoned because he's a Trump ally. So you see, that's how it works. Maduro opposed Trump, so Trump arrested him and brought him in on trumped-up charges. Was Maduro a good guy? No. Did the people of Venezuela want him gone? Yes. Did he steal an election? Certainly looks like it. But that doesn't mean that you just go and invade a country, a sovereign nation, and arrest the president. Unless, of course, you're trying to distract everybody from the fact that you're in the Epstein files, which is really what it's all about in the end. Then, of course, our own politician here, everybody's punching bag, at least I think he is, lately, Pierre Poilievre, immediately sends out his congratulations to Donald Trump. This is congratulations to President Trump on successfully arresting narco-terrorist and social dictator Nicolas Maduro, who should live out his days in prison. The legitimate winner of the most recent Venezuelan elections, Edmundo Gonzalez, should take office along with the courageous hero and voice of the Venezuelan people, Maria Corina Machado. Down with socialism, long live freedom. So our federal government had not commented when the leader of the opposition decided to say this on the Twitter. And people seem to think this man would be good at getting us a deal with Trump. I'll tell you right now, that's not the case. He would give in to Trump's every demand. I mean, clearly he's licking his boot heels right there, so just complete, utter insanity, once again, from Pierre Poilievre, the leader of the opposition. I just don't know what to make of this. It is a very strange time we're living in. Very strange time. Hey, Blade Power, how you doing? If memory serves, you are out in Alberta, are you not? Yeah, that would make it 2 hours earlier, so 8:45 for you, or 10 to 9 for you, I guess, because we're almost 11 a.m. here in the nation's capital, the chilly nation's capital. It was -23 when I took the dog out earlier this morning. Lola did not stay out for too long because -23 is cold on her paws. And I am sympathetic towards that, but she refuses to wear dog boots, so there you go. So we are in a very strange timeline. We're invading a sovereign nation to steal their oil because they said that's what they're going to do. Trump seems to think he can just go ahead and do this. And of course, the leader of the Conservative Party in Canada is cheering him on, which makes us look really bad. It's not good. It's not about freedom. It's not about democracy. It's not about putting an end to socialism. Socialism isn't a bad thing, by the way. Socialism is when the workers own the means of production. So everybody benefits and not just a few. Social democracies such as Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland all have very good social safety nets. Yes, they pay high taxes, but they get very good quality of life in exchange for it. Pierre Poilievre doesn't believe in that sort of thing, which is why his idea behind affordability is ending all of the things that have actually made your life more affordable. $10 a day daycare, school lunch programs for children, pharmacare, dental care. You know damn well he would be happy to end universal health care and just go straight to a private, for-profit insurance model like in the United States of America. He is a Trump-loving sycophant. And if he were prime minister, we would all pay dearly for it. I just don't know what to think in a day like today when I see that we have people cheering on Poilievre for what he did in cheering on the president of the United States for invading a sovereign nation. Again, this is not about democracy. This is not about freedom for the Venezuelan people. This is about two things and two things only. Distracting you from the Epstein files and taking their oil. That's it. That's all. Absolutely nothing more. And the fact that Pierre Poilievre is cheering this on indicates to me that he's not intelligent enough to realize what the damages will be to the Alberta oil industry. You see, because Venezuela oil is much like Alberta oil without the bitumen, which means it's a little easier to refine, but it's a heavy oil, which is what most of the Gulf Coast refineries in Texas are. That's where Alberta oil goes to get refined, is Texas. Now, Venezuela's oil, which will be stolen by oil companies as appointed by Donald Trump, the president of the United States, or the kleptocracy of the United States of America, he will take that oil and use it for his own good. He's already said so. He's already said so. He already admitted it. So that will put an end to Alberta's oil industry. Well, the refining aspect of it anyway. The Americans won't be buying any more of it because they've just stolen all of Venezuela's. So this means that we will have to do what Mark Carney says and continue to trade with other nations. Now, Alberta oil is heavy and it's filled with bitumen, which requires special refineries, and there's not a lot of these refineries in the world that do this. Eventually, Trump will probably come for us to take our oil too. And I say our oil because it's in Canada and we are a united country, despite what a few idiots in this country would have you think. He's going to go after our minerals, our oil, and our clean water. He's going to go after Greenland next. He'll find another excuse, just as more and more elements of the Epstein files get released and more documentation comes out, more and more photographs and video and phone calls. Yeah, he'll do another invasion just to distract from the Epstein files and steal all of Greenland's minerals. And he's going to get the full backing of Vladimir Putin on this one, because Putin wanted him to take over Venezuela. So Putin can more closely align himself with Iran. It's all just a bunch of insanity, folks, and we have to sit here and live through it. So I thought I would deliver it to you in the calmest, most soothing voice I could. Well, that's a very good question, Cassie. Will Citolini live that long? He didn't look that healthy at the presser. You are correct. He is not a well man, despite the fact that he keeps telling you that he is. He's not healthy. He has a horrible diet. He does not get any exercise. He's been unhealthy for decades. Who knows how much longer he'll be walking around for? I mean, the fact that I think a large swath of the public agrees that he has dementia, as it's easy to see. He has all of the signs. It is a little bit more complicated than just oil, yes, of course, Tavi. But I guarantee you he doesn't give a damn about the Venezuelan people. He does not care one bit for them. This is not about freedom or democracy. This is about oil, Epstein distraction. Saying that he's a narco-terrorist is hilarious because most of the fentanyl that comes into the United States comes from China via Mexico. When it comes to cocaine, well, that's mostly Colombia, but largely controlled by Mexican cartels along the southern border. So yeah, we are in a very strange and bizarre time. And to wrap up this week, I thought, when this all took place, I thought, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be quite something. We have our loyal opposition leader, our loyal official opposition, who I like to call the Lou. There's a joke in there about the Lou. You see, that's oftentimes how Brits refer to the toilet, the loo. And that's basically what Pierre Poilievre is a toilet, because nothing comes out of his mouth but shit. And a lot of bullshit at that. So he is praising a dictator, because that's what Trump is, for invading a sovereign nation on drummed up charges and false pretenses. You are correct, Plain Power. This is like when they installed the Shah of Iran. They just want cheap oil. But this one's a little different in that he's going to actually steal the oil. He's taking it. When they installed the Shah of Iran, it was so he would sell them oil cheaply. Nixon famously said he may be a bastard, but he's our bastard. Who they put in charge now? Probably some corporate CEO to run the country, in which case the people will starve and suffer, while the American empire robs the country blind. This is unprecedented in our times. Yeah, he did make mention of the Monroe Doctrine, didn't he? Saying that he has the right to do this. Like, actually, no, you don't. You don't have the right to do this. No court has approved this. Congress did not approve this. You've broken several international laws, and you should be tried. Taken to the Hague. This is... This is a strange time we are currently living through, no doubt. Where it goes from here, I don't know. But if you have oil or minerals, he's coming for you. And if you think we're not on his targeting zone, you'd be sadly mistaken. I guarantee you he's eyeing Alberta. And then he's eyeing our minerals throughout the Ring of Fire and, heck, all of the Northwest Territories and Nunavut, including Yukon. There's mineral exploration up there that's taking place that will, well, we have the most diverse type of rock in the world. I don't mean music. I mean from a, what's the term? Geology standpoint, geology. You're not a recognized geologist amongst the fraternity of geologists or sorority of geologists, whichever the case may be, until you have worked in the north of Canada. And I know this from a friend of mine who is a geologist and told me this, and he's from South Africa by way of Botswana, which is where I met him back in 2001. So yes, the minerals in Canada, in Canada's north, and in northern Ontario for that matter, and in vast swaths of the country that we've not even looked at yet. Trump will want those, along with Greenland's, and then take our oil, and our softwood lumber, and then our water. But he tells you that he doesn't need anything from us, and that we've been ripping them off because we export more than we import. The thing is, though, how could we not export more than we import? We're 41.5 million people in Canada. There are 330 million people in the United States of America. Of course we're going to export more than we import. They're a larger market than we are. The President of the United States is a Nazi dictator, but he's also an idiot with dementia who could be the cause of World War III. I'm not saying that we aren't already involved in World War III, which is very much what Russia's invasion of Ukraine is, because it does affect the entire planet. Whether you realize it or not, we're all involved. But we just aren't shooting at anybody yet. When does that change? Who knows? Not for me to say. But there are people out there who are beginning to wonder. Yeah, Cassie's saying here, I'll put this on the screen. A lot of farmers have oil field jobs as off-farm jobs to support their families, and some have royalty checks. That just changed big time. You are correct. What happens next, I don't know. If more elements of the Epstein files are revealed to show how heavily involved Trump was and his minions, you can guarantee Greenland will be his next invasion. How soon before he comes for us, I don't know. But I wouldn't put it past him. He has already said he wants us as the 51st state. It's never going to happen. So we have had a very bizarre week in news with the invasion of a sovereign nation, with the cheering on of that invasion, that illegal invasion, by the opposition leader, who perhaps, possibly, has put the final nail in his leadership coffin with his recent behavior. I expect to see more members cross the floor as a result of this. I'd be surprised if people didn't. Will he survive this leadership, what is it, hearing, I guess? I don't know. I don't think he will. All remains to be seen. Anyway, folks, this has been your short but sweet weekly wrap-up Grizzly Growl on a Sunday morning, delivered to you in a calm and soothing voice, because we are living in a crazy time, and I thought it would be best to just be calm today. You have yourself a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Take care.